Hi everyone. Chart headers in Optima have been designed to give you the ability to add any information to a chart, which is particularly useful if you publish or give presentations. Now, in this example on the screen, I've got the ticker symbol, name, and some scripting values as well. But we can put any customizable information up there that you wish. So, and you can have as many types of chart headers as well. So here I have market cap and PE ratio, some fundamental data. You can even put on your company logo or your name and date and things like that. But it really is a very customizable feature that will allow you to put any value or information on the chart. So how do we go about creating one? So I'm going to right click on the chart background, and under the properties, the pencil, we've got chart header. I'm going to close that one, so it's now disappeared. I'm just going to start typing a name for this example. So I'm just going to call this example 1. And by default, it will put these values up into the chart header. So the name, the ticker, and then the open, high, low, close, volume, and change percent. Now to edit this, when we mouse over the chart header, in the top right corner, there's a little pencil icon. So all we have to do is left click once on that. And when the grid lines are enabled, you know that you're now in the edit mode. So that means we can click and drag, move any of this. We can right click on it to change the size, even change the color, change the positioning. If we don't want this line, as we mouse over, there's a little red cross in the top right corner, so I can click that to remove them. And anything we want to add, we just right click. So under that menu item there, we can add a field. So when we select that, this is where the open, high, low, close, volume, name, code for ticker symbol, anything like that we can add. So I'm just going to select volume, and that will be added to the header, and we can move that anywhere. Let's move that up to the top right area, and right click, change the font size a little bit. We can add author, so that'll put your name automatically on the header as well. So maybe you want to make that a little bit smaller and have that over there. And also you can add text. So we can add the text box, and you can just type anything you want in there. But that'll be sort of hard coded in, whereas any of the fields, that will depend on the ticker that you have open. Let's add a script. So again, going back to the scripting videos on learn.optima.com, highly recommend you go and watch those. But we can put any value of any technical indicator on the chart. So let's say you wanted to put the RSI value. So we'll type RSI. We can change the parameters to a 14 period and make that weekly. And when we apply that let's make that a bit bigger. So I'm going to right click on that, make that bigger. It's called script because I didn't save that formula, but 82.96 is the RSI weekly value for McDonald's at the moment. So if we right click, that top option there, field text, where it says script, we can overwrite that and say RSI 14, W for weekly, and then a colon, and then that's been added to the header. We can move that over onto the left. We can also add fundamental fields. So as long as you've got the fundamental data enabled on your account, we can type sector, and under fundamental field or fundamental data section, sector name, consumer services. And again, the field text If you don't want sector name, let's just get rid of that and make it a bit bigger, the font size, and that'll be there in the header. Now to close the go out of edit mode, we click the pencil again, and now that's been saved as example 1 in our page chart headers. So if I open up another chart, or what I might do actually is just open up a symbol list as a watch list, and I'm going to open up that first ticker symbol, right click, go to the pencil, chart header, and there's example 1 at the top of the list because it's the most recent one I've used. And now it's added all those fields to the header. And as I scroll down, they obviously update accordingly depending on the ticker symbol that I click on. Now, chart headers are very similar to page headers, but the key difference is page headers span the entire screen. Because if we had let's put another chart in here of Expedia, make that, well, what I'm going to do is assign my weekly chart layout. But now you can see that the chart header only appears on the left-hand chart, on the daily chart, which doesn't look that great, especially when you've got a watch list as well. So what we can do, we can get rid of the chart header there, and to apply a page header, we can right-click on the tab, in this case My Stocks, and page header. You can see I've got a few default ones there, but let's call this example 1 again. And by default, again, it's going to put these standard values in the chart or in the header. But again, same process, edit the header, just left click on the pencil in the top right corner, and now we can change all this. So we can change the color if we like, and all the size, and really customize it exactly how you want. And then as we, let's save those changes, and then as we go down the watch list, everything updates accordingly. So we also have page footers, so that's very similar to headers, but we can add page footers as well. So let's keep with the example 1, and then by default it's put our logo down the bottom, the date and the page number, but we can click on the pencil to go into edit mode, and again you can add any of those fields and customize it exactly how you want. So so when you print, all that information is included in the chart, and makes it very easy to read and conveys lots of information in the chart. So that's a quick overview of chart headers, page headers, and footers. As always, any questions, please let us know.